Iris Caldwell thought her life was finally peaceful when her husband surprised her with a luxury weekend cruise for their anniversary, smiling warmly and telling her she deserved a break, but something about his words felt strangely final rather than loving, and just before leaving, her elderly neighbor Mrs. Halpern stopped her quietly and told her to go back inside, pretend she forgot her passport, and stay in the bathroom for 10 minutes without coming out, which confused Iris deeply, but the certainty in the old woman's eyes made her obey, so she returned home where her husband casually told her to go get her passport, while she instead went to the bathroom and locked the door, sitting in silence until faint voices began coming from the living room, and at first she couldn't understand clearly. But then a woman's voice laughed softly asking if Iris was really gone, and her husband calmly replied that she was already on her way, confirming something inside Iris that made her chest go cold because it wasn't a trip anymore, it was a plan, a deliberate removal, and as she listened further she heard them speaking comfortably about 3 days without interruptions, about how she never questioned things, how easy it all was, and each sentence revealed that her trust had been studied and used against her, turning her marriage into something calculated and controlled. Yet instead of breaking down she became completely silent, observing every word as truth replaced confusion, until she understood she wasn't being gifted anything but pushed out of her own life temporarily for someone else to take her place, and when the voices faded she didn't rush or confront immediately but stepped out calmly, her mind clear and steady, and with one quiet decision she made a call that changed everything, because what her husband didn't know was that while he was planning secrecy she had already been securing reality, and within moments legal confirmation arrived that shifted control completely into her name, including the house and everything he believed was his, and when the truth was revealed to him he tried to deny it, but facts don't bend for excuses, and Iris simply stood there calm as he realized that everything he planned had already collapsed before it even began. And in the end both he and the other woman left the house not because of anger or shouting but because truth had ended the illusion they were living in, leaving Iris alone in the same space they thought they could take from her, now silent, stable, and finally free, understanding that sometimes justice doesn't come through revenge or noise but through timing, truth, and consequences that no one can escape. Moral lesson: subtle Islamic POV. People may think their actions are hidden and without consequence, but every intention and every deed eventually reaches its time of exposure, and while human justice may be delayed, truth always returns and accountability cannot be avoided forever. Audience questions. If you were Iris, would you have confronted them immediately or stayed silent? Do you think truth always reveals itself with time? Why do people underestimate consequences of their actions?